laboratory, leave the dopest nerd you ever seen. One day he smoked some cannabis and had a dream. What if he could sesh with fandom's best and Dexter's dab?
Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Nerdy Stoner Podcast with your favorite huggable stoner, Dexter, aka Sash Tokum, aka the King of Strains, aka Smokey D. Sploofy. Yeah, how's it going? Happy New Year, y'all. I hope that your new year was fantastic and amazing and safe above all else. And, you had a good time and was able to just bring in the new year however you wanted to. And if you didn't, I hope the year has been, good to you so far. But yeah, how's it going? Been a minute. Um Myself, my New Year's was pretty chill. Stayed in, just me and my girlfriend and the dog. Excuse me. It was nice and safe and just chill. Watch Stranger Things. That was something. And yeah, conformity gate is a thing now apparently, and people just, oh man, they just can't let it go. They just cannot let it go. But eh, it is what it is. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, it was chill. Did that. Played some Mario Kart. Watched a little bit of Fallout, and yeah, it was alright. Uh, yeah. See, I started playing Baldur's Gate 3. That's been really, really fun. Like, I see how people have gotten hooked to games like this and WoW and Slow Tour. And yeah, I was. I could have easily stayed up till like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning last night playing, slash this morning playing this game, but I had to get up early for a family event. So I was like, no, it's 1 o'clock. I have to go to bed because I have to get up. Gotta be responsible. But oh my god, I always want to keep playing, and probably gonna be playing when I get off here. So yeah, there's that. And oh yeah, my birthday's coming up. It's actually 1 week from today of recording this Sunday, so it'll be on the 18th, or it is on the 18th. Yeah, so next Sunday I will be 36 years old. It's I don't know. Birthdays are weird. There's just like, you know, you need a lap around the sun and people you want to celebrate. I mean, that's not weird to, want to celebrate you, you know, uh, making it another year and getting older and all that. I guess just getting older is weird. Change is weird. And that's why I figure why not start off with somebody who's been through so many changes, like so many different versions of themselves, both literally and figuratively. Um, yeah, if you couldn't tell by the obvious title, we are talking about the Doctor today, and not just any doctor, all doctors. Yes, all 16 versions, I believe. Yeah, I think 16, 17, something like that. I don't know. I got the list in front of me, but yeah. Um, yeah, the Doctor. Who are they? Like, for those of you unfamiliar, the Doctor is, or Doctor Who is a British sci-fi television show that has been on for 60 plus years. That is about a time traveling alien in a blue police box that goes throughout time and space and just helps people, aliens, creatures, you name it. He sometimes she they're always there to help people, and they typically have a companion or two or three, sometimes four, I think, even, that come along with them and they help them out on these adventures. And yeah, it's a really good show. Me personally, I got into it around Doctor Number 9. Well, when I got into it, David Tennant was the current Doctor, and but I started with number 9 because you know uh I tried going back and watching the old Who. It was, oh man, that Yeah, that quality, those graphics, I'm sure they were great stories. It's just is I couldn't do it, and it's a lot. Like it's a lot. Like damn, you know what? It's kind of like One Piece when you think about it. So yeah, shout out to you hardcore fans that have seen all of Doctor Who. I mean, like all of it. But I digress. Anyways, yeah. So started off with Eccleston, then got caught up to Smith, and I kept watching until a little bit of when Jodie Whittaker had gotten there. I had just fallen off because of just so many shows I was watching and stuff. I fell off so many shows back then, but yeah, I've been meaning to pick it back up. But I figure, I've seen clips here and there of the newer doctors, some an old face returning, and some of the newer faces. But figure I can still talk about them because they still have some really nice words of wisdom. But before we can get to that, we have to talk about the strain that we'll be smoking on, of course. And what better strain for the doctor than the doctor? That's right. This is going to be by or from Greenhouse Seeds. It's going to be a cross between Great White Shark, Super Skunk, and an unnamed South Indian parent strain. Ooh, excuse me. I've been drinking a lot of seltzer, so yeah. Also, just came from lunch with my girlfriend and a friend. Yeah, so a little full right now. But its flavor and smell profile are going to be really skunky, minty, earthy, and fruity, which is going to be a really interesting mix. The effects are going to have you feeling nice and giggly, calm, sleepy, hungry. So it's going to be great for appetite stimulation, great for pain, stress, because doctor goes through quite a fair bit of that. And the dominant terpenes are going to be myrcene, pinene, and caryophyllene. And as for the setting, we of course are going to be smoking in the TARDIS because where else is there? I mean, we could literally go anywhere else, but like it's the TARDIS. Like it's his home, it's his ship, it's bigger on the inside. Like I want to explore it. I want to see the library. I want to see the pool and whatever other crazy rooms are aboard that thing. Like it's gonna be awesome. And as for how we're gonna smoke, well, since he is a really good inventor, I figure we can make some type of like super space bong that's just I don't know. It uses like sonic technology to smoke the weed. Yo, he could use his sonic screwdriver to light the weed. Hell yes. Ah. But yeah, that would be really cool. Damn, you're so born. Ay. But yeah, that's how we're gonna do it. And you know, um, let's just get this show on the road. Me and the doctor, we're chilling on the TARDIS. They are showing me around, and he built the thing, and we're about to smoke the thing. And as they're telling me about their lives, we of course have to start at the beginning with where it all happened with Doctor Number One. And um, yeah, this doctor, I actually don't know too much about the old doctors, like personality wise and how they were. So forgive me if I'm not talking too much about them. I just don't want to, make too many assumptions about something that I'm not familiar with. But figure we can just jump right into it because if there's one thing the doctor is about, it's about encouraging people to, follow their dreams, their destinies, go out and searching and figuring out who they are and just discovering things about themselves and the world. And that's why the first doctor said our destinies in the stars, so let's go and search for them. And we really have to. It's really hard to find yourself when you're complacent and stay in one place. Like the version of the self that you want isn't going to be in your comfort zone. It's going to be out somewhere that you've never been before, just waiting for you. So, you know, go find it. I know that I'm still looking for mine. I feel like I'm definitely a lot closer than I have been in, previous years. Like, I guess that is one thing about getting older. I do feel a bit more comfortable in my own skin, which is nice. Um, like in high school, especially, it's a time when you're really figuring yourself out around a bunch of other people trying to tell you who you are and who you're supposed to be when your life is completely different than theirs. Like it's totally different. Like no two people are going through the exact same thing. Sure, the situations might be similar, but they'll never be the same, and nobody's ever gonna know what it's like going through something that you're going through because they're not you. Or, you know, that's why the second doctor said our lives are different to anybody else's. That's the exciting thing because nobody in the universe can do what we're doing. And that is true. On the flip side, for all the good that's happening in our lives, nobody can experience that like we can. You know, there's only one version of us, one version of me, one version of you, and nobody can experience or even do things like you do. Like there's one analogy that I like to see. It's like an old family recipe. Like, sure, you can learn how to make it from that person, but for some reason, it just never turns out as good as when they make it. And that's because they're the ones that made it. Like, they are the secret ingredient. Like, you're the secret ingredient. Um, I don't know if you realize that about the recipe of life, but you are the secret ingredient. So start using yourself. Now, the doctor is definitely on what one could say is a never ending journey to an unknown destination. He's a traveler. They just go around and doing stuff, like sometimes they do have a plan of where they want to go, but more often than not, that plan gets derailed and they don't exactly wind up there on the path that they set out on. And I think the same can absolutely be said for life because I can't think of how many times I have wanted to get somewhere and I didn't get there exactly how I thought I would. Um, but that's okay because the way that I went turned out to be better, I think. I might not have seen it at the time as better, but thinking back, like, yeah, it was definitely the better path. And as far as that goes, I think the third doctor, he said it best, as in a straight line may be the shortest distance between 2 points, but is by no means the most interesting. So, you know, taking the long way around can be worth it sometimes. Ooh, excuse me. It's like the old scenic route. It's it's a good way to maybe discover something a little extra that you didn't know was, that you could not have discovered unless you took that route. I can definitely think of times where I did something or went somewhere and it was like, oh, huh, well, now I'm here and I have this cool, awesome thing in my life. Like, that's cool. That's awesome. Like, great. Thank you. Um, but yeah, I guess just don't be too upset or hesitant to take the, you know, slightly longer, sometimes even more difficult path because it can be worth it in the end, like I said. Now, for as much as I have grown in these 36 years of life, I am still very much a kid at heart. Like, I still love playing video games, using my imagination, and just being silly and goofy and stuff. Um, it's part of who I am, and so it's definitely an extension into this podcast. Like it takes a pretty interesting imaginative mind to, you know, think about getting high with fictional characters. Um, but I think Doctor Number Four put it best when he said, "There's no point in being grown up if you can't act a little childish sometimes." And even though I know that I can definitely be on my adult shit more, sometimes a lot more sometimes. I love acting like a kid a lot. Like I love pretending that I can still do a Kamehameha or instant transmission. I love playing with my trading cards. Um, I love acting like a kid sometimes because it's fun and there's nothing wrong with it. Like I don't know if you have anybody or any persons in your life that are always telling you need to grow up and stuff, like until you need to stop acting like a kid. Like it's you need that. You so many people have let their inner child just die and it's so sad. And I feel like that's something that's really wrong with a lot of people in the world. Their inner children are just dead or just so mistreated and not taken care of that you're just forgotten about. And if a lot of us could just reawaken that inner kid and I don't know, maybe have a little bit of fun, like I think the world could be at least a little bit of a happier place. So I don't know. When's the last time you acted like a kid? Like when's the last time you just danced or just acted silly or just made weird noises just because? Like I don't know. Go out there and do that. Maybe it'll make you feel better. I am procrastination royalty. uh, I I have put off important things right up to the last minute so many times. Things that take me like maybe have taken me like maybe 5 minutes or less to do. I have put it off for days, weeks, months. Like it's I'm a procrastinator. Like there's just no getting around that. Like I am, but I am working on not being that so much because it is not good. And although I can do some of my best work under pressure, that doesn't mean I have to do all of my work under pressure. Same goes for you. Um, but it's man, putting things off to the last minute. It's become so ingrained in me, and I think a lot of us that we just kind of look at it as a fun little quirk. But it's not always a good thing because sometimes you don't do your best work when you procrastinate. Sometimes you just get stuff done. Um, like if you have to like back in school, if you had to turn in a paper and you waited till the night before to do it and you barely passed, like I don't know. Let's just work on not procrastinating. Because as a doctor said, you know how it is. Put things off for a day, and the next thing you know, it's 100 years later. Like I don't know when the last time you put off something till the very end, but I can guarantee it didn't feel very good when you finally had to do it. Um, excuse me, sorry, I'm so gassy today. But one thing that comes to mind for me is last year for BlurredCon, I was up till like 4 o'clock in the morning working on my panel. And honestly, even though people liked it, I know I could have done better on it if I would have taken my time. So that's that's my B. But this year I'm going to be better. I'm actually gonna, yes, I'm gonna start working on my panel this week. That is a promise to myself. I'm going to do that. Yeah, so that I am not, you know, worrying and just up till 4 o'clock in the morning again working on it. So, yeah, let's just try not to procrastinate so much in 2026. Okay? Okay. It's one thing I've learned in my 36 years on this. I make it sound like 36 years is a really long time. I mean, it's a long time, but like in the grand scheme of things, you know. But I've had a lot of things come and go in my life, homes, uh, possessions, people, all types of stuff. You know, it's life. It's it's change. It's inevitable. Yeah, you know, things come and go in your life, and you gotta be okay with that. Like, I can definitely think of many things that I wish would have stayed, or you know, things I wish I still had, like some definitely like a lot of childhood stuff because I lost a lot of childhood toys and memories growing up with, you know, parents' divorce and us having to move and get evicted and just losing shit over the years. Like, remember I had so many Power Ranger morphers, um, Digimon Digivices, Pokemon Digimon cards, just so much stuff that got is just gone now, and I think about it from time to time and I miss it, but I also think I've, you know, replaced some of it. Like, instead of Pokemon cards, I'm getting Magic cards now. You know, but uh, moral of the story: things come and go. Or as the doctor put it, planets come and go, stars perish, matter disperses, uh, coalesces, coalesces, forms into other patterns, other worlds. Nothing can be eternal, and yeah, that's the truth. Nothing in life lasts forever. Like, um, it's a lesson that I had to learn pretty early on growing up, and in those moments it was sad, but I think, or I know that it prepared me for the future with, you know, especially people coming and going in my life. Like, it's natural. It's a part of life, and yes, it's okay to be sad about it, but in the end, you have to accept it as a part of life. So I don't know if there's something you're maybe trying to let go of, or maybe even someone, but it's it's okay to let go. Like, in fact, it's probably one of the best things you can do because once you let go, that allows you to move on and, you know, hopefully find something or someone else. I've made some interesting choices throughout my life. Some good, some bad. But each one has had an effect, whether it be in the moment or just or down the line. It has affected myself and others around me. Like, and I'm glad that I've become more conscious and aware of that, of how my decisions affect people and how they have an impact on, you know, others in the world around me as a whole. Because even though, how can I put this? Not to say that I myself am insignificant. My decisions can have significant and big significant impacts. You know what I'm trying to say here? You know, I think it's best that I just let the doctor say it, and then, you know, I'll explain it. Every great decision creates ripples, like a huge boulder dropped in a lake. The ripples merge and rebound off the banks in unforeseeable ways. The heavier the decision, the larger the waves, the more uncertain the consequences. Now, that's TLDR, your actions have consequences. Like I've said this in other episodes before, but as just my birthday's coming up, I'm just thinking about things that I decided to do in the past more and how I definitely there's a part of me that wishes I would have made different decisions, but then if I would have made different decisions, then my life would be totally different and I wouldn't be where I am or have the people that I have in my life. And I wouldn't want to give that or them up for those changes. Sure, things could have been better or different, but I don't know that. And I don't know what decisions I make today, tomorrow, next week are gonna have on my future, but I can at least try and make the best decisions that I can because at the end of the day, I do know some good consequences that will happen from my decisions. Like, if I talk to my parents regularly, I have a good relationship with them. If I exercise and work out, or exercise and eat well, it does good for my body. Whereas there are other ones that I'm not so sure about, like doing this, not 100% sure about the ripple effects from this, or like if I were to quit my job tomorrow or next week, like I don't know if I would get another job or whatever, but I I do know that your decisions have weight. Um, so just be conscious of what you do and how it affects people and others around you. Oh, and another good analogy is like if you decide to wait for until the morning to get gas, um, like chances are you're gonna not if you tell yourself you're gonna get gas in the morning, there's a chance that you won't and you'll just forget. So, just get it the night before so you don't have to worry about it. I don't know. Just I don't know. I had that written down and I just wanted to put that in there because I know it's something that I'm guilty of and have been working on. So yeah. Do that yourself. Get the gas and don't wait till the morning. Trust me. Now with every decision I've made, there have definitely been those that have made me feel very afraid. Trying something new in general is scary, but I've tried a lot of new things growing up. Um, like growing up in elementary school and stuff, trying to make new friends. High school, I tried the track team in my senior year for whatever reason, but I tried. Um, Going to college, moving out, getting a job, um, getting my license, car, just everything. It's every every new thing that I not every new thing, but a lot of new big things that I've tried. I've been scared and it's been scary, but a lot of them have turned out to be really good decisions and have gotten me to great and amazing places. I stepped out of my comfort zone basically. Like I I did the damn thing, and yeah, it was scary, but it was also worth it. It made me feel really good, like accomplished, and really just happy that I did it and that I got over that fear. Or, as the doctor put it, you feel that pounding in your heart, that tightness in the pit of your stomach, the blood rushing to your head. You know what that is? It's adventure. The thrill and the fear and the joy of stepping into the unknown. That's why we're all here. That's why we're alive. And I think that's really true. Like, we are here to push ourselves and step outside of our comfort zones. Like, whether it be getting on that roller coaster you're afraid of, or talking to your crush, even just trying something new, like going out for the track team your senior year of high school. You know, you you're trying something and you're pushing yourself, and that's good. So keep doing that. Keep pushing yourself. Keep keep trying. Keep trying new things, because it's good, and you never know what's gonna. The thing you're looking for is outside your comfort zone. So go get it. There is one thing that the doctor does. It is fight injustice and for the good of everyone in the universe. No matter your color, age, gender, race, maybe from Earth or a planet in the far off distant galaxy, doesn't matter. They will fight for you. And I think that's a really good message, especially right now with everything that's going on with this administration, with this fucking tangerine tumor and his stormtroopers just going out there and doing whatever, killing people. Like it's fucking ridiculous. And I know that we've been putting up quite a fight against it all, and it's been a hard fight. You know, we've had our wins, but we've also had our losses, and unfortunately, ooh, excuse me, I am so sorry. um, Unfortunately, I feel like we're gonna have even more until we start having even more wins. But that does not mean that we stop. It doesn't mean that we stop fighting. We have to keep it up. We have to continue because, you know, right now we might not know what's gonna happen in the future, but at least we know that we were on the right side of history. Or as the doctor put it, I don't suppose we'll ever know if we actually succeeded, but at worst, we failed doing the right thing as opposed to succeeding in doing the wrong. So I'm willing to keep failing doing the right thing until we win doing the right thing, because that's just how it is. They only win when we stop fighting. So let's not stop. And I'm not the only one that could spend so much time worrying about all the bad things that could possibly happen to myself and others around me and in this world. Yeah, chalk it up to good old anxiety. It is not advanced observation hockey. It is anxiety, and I have been dealing with it for so long. I think that's one of the double-edged swords of having an overactive imagination. Not only can I think of crazy adventures and getting high with characters, I can also think of some of the worst case scenarios to potentially, and more times, 9 times out of 10, definitely won't happen in my life, but that doesn't stop me from worrying about it. But I am, or have been learning, thanks to, therapy and just actively trying, that, you know, the other shoe isn't gonna drop, you know? It's it's not gonna be as bad as I think it's gonna be. It's gonna be okay. Things work out. Things will work out. Things do work out. I know I've experienced things that have not, but that doesn't mean that everything in my life won't work out. I have experienced things that have worked out, and the same goes for you as well. Um, we can work on not worrying so much. I think, as the doctor put it, you lot, you spend all your time thinking about dying, like you're gonna get killed by eggs or beef or global warming or asteroids, but you never take time to imagine the impossible, that maybe you survive. So take that imagination of yours and think about a positive outcome. Maybe you do get that job. Um, Maybe they do say yes to going on a date. Um, maybe the project you've been working on does work out, and it's a great presentation or whatever. Maybe you do get that thing, accomplish that thing, um, go to that place. Like, maybe it'll happen. You we don't know, but it's a lot better to think about the positive than it is the negative. So let's let's all start imagining a brighter future and that things work out like, you know, maybe maybe the tangerine tumor gets thrown away. I don't know. We can hope. Let's hope. Okay, doing uppies. Come here. Say hi to my dog Lucy. She wanted to join. Alright. I've been through a lot in my life, and I know that I would not have survived it without friends, family, just people in general being with me along the way. Like, I am so thankful and grateful for everyone in my life. Like, they're amazing. I love them, and I'm really happy to have had the ones that I've had and have the ones that continue that I continue that continue. You know what I'm trying to say, but you know, the doctor, they've had their companions: Rose, Donna, um, Martha, Clara, so many. But throughout all of their adventures, they always have someone because it's hi. It's always good to have a companion, a friend, because we can't do everything by ourselves, you know. Or as the doctor put it, there's a lot of things you need to get across the universe: warp drive, wormhole refractors. You know, the thing you need most of all, you need a hand to hold. So take grab grab a friend's hand, somebody's hand along this crazy ride through this crazy universe, and you know, yeah, because we all need a friend, we all need a helping hand to get through all this shit. So yeah, right, Lucy, I got you right. I know I've been talking a lot about change in this, and you know how I've changed throughout the years because yeah, that's kind of the point of the episode, change. And my personal favorite doctor, number 11, Matt Smith, I think he summed up what change is about really well. And I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into this one. He said, "We all change when you think about it. We're all different people through our lives. That's okay. That's good. You got to keep moving so as long as you remember all the people that you used to be." I have been so many different versions of myself, most good, others not so good, but I've learned a lot from both. And even though I've tried to forget some versions of myself, um, you know, because I didn't really like who I was or what I was doing, I accept I accept that those were me and that those were me and they are a part of me. And that is okay. Because all of those versions make up who I am today, and if I were to change them, then I would change myself. And not to say that I've, you know, fully accepted it all, but I'm definitely more accepting of it now than I have been, you know? And yeah, I'm proud of myself for that, for accepting, or at least starting to accept these different versions of myself and these different parts of myself. Um, I don't know if there's any versions of you that you've been trying to forget about, or you know, maybe act like you know you weren't that, or I don't know, but just try to accept it. You know, it was you. It's in the past. You're who you are now, and you're a better person. Yeah. My next quote, I feel like sums up the doctor, who they are as a person. It, in a lot of ways, it's their motto, their creed, the promise they made to themselves. And I feel like it's something that we can all strive to be like more, um, because the doctor is one of the nicest people that any of us will never meet, unfortunately. And they take that niceness, excuse me, and just spread it throughout the universe through time and space. And what Pierre Capaldi's doctor said right before they regenerated is never be cruel, never be cowardly. Hate is always foolish, love is always wise. Always try to be nice, but never fail to be kind. With everything that's happening in this world, it's so easy to let a hate fill your heart and, just take it out on others, but we can't let it corrupt us. We gotta try. We gotta fight back. We just gotta try. So that's my message. If anything, I hope you take away from this. Just try to be nice to people around you because there's a lot of shit going on. There was so much talk when it was announced that the doctor would be regenerating into a woman for the first time. And I am so sorry that Jodie Whittaker had to go through all of that when she was portraying the doctor. Because it should not fucking matter that whether the doctor is a woman, man, non-gender, just whatever. The doctor is still going to be the doctor at the end of the day. And they just assumed that she couldn't do so much because she was a woman, but let's not forget that the doctor has had some pretty badass women by his side. I mean, uh, look at Donna, look at Clara, Martha. Shit, Martha, she became like a whole agent like after being with the doctor for her stint. Like, yeah, the doctor has some badass fucking women. But I think what Jodie Whittaker's doctor said, definitely sums it up the best. If I was still a bloke, I could get on with the job and not have to waste time defending myself. Like, it's the truth. In this world or the fictional world, we just need to let women exist and do them. Like, seriously, just let women do them. They're capable. A lot of them are more capable than men are at so many things, like leading. Um, but yeah, like just let women be themselves because they are smart badasses and yeah, just like the doctor. They just let them do them. Why do we try to do the things that we do? Even if, even when things don't work out, why do we suffer? Why do we struggle? Why do we keep moving forward? Because if we didn't, then we wouldn't have a lot of the good things that we have in our lives right now. Struggle is unfortunately part of the process. It's a part of life. The downs, the way, way downs, they are all a part of the journey. And looking back at, a lot of the downs that have happened in my life, I can see how they have shaped me to be the person that I am today. Because without them, I don't know if I would appreciate the things that I have today. Or I guess David Tennant, when he came back as the doctor, put it a really good way. I fought all those battles for all those years, and now I know what for. This. I've never been so happy in my life. Now, I don't know if you can think back to, I don't know what your life is like right now, or if you can think back to a time when things were pretty bad, but you still pushed on anyways. Like, be proud of yourself. You went through it all. You went through the damn thing, and you came out on the other side, and you know you're you won. You were thriving. So, and if you're going through something right now, don't give up because the thing, your happiness could be right around the corner, but you have to unfortunately finish crawling through this shit and we're good to get to it. I know I'm still crawling through my metaphorical shit to get to where I want to get to, but I I believe that I'm gonna get there, and I believe that you are too. So let's crawl through this shit together, and let's get to our happy endings. Got a couple more for you guys, and then we will be done. Yeah, this has been a long episode, I know. But I haven't done one of these in a while, and there was a lot to talk about because there's been a lot of different versions of the Doctor. Um, but no, that's that's what this thing is about. You know, us being different versions of ourselves, learning different things about our past selves, and hopefully carrying on those lessons to our future selves. Because we can't forget about who we were, like Matt Smith said. We got to remember those past selves. But unfortunately, we are not here for very long. Um, I talked about it earlier. Getting older, it makes you think about death, not just your own, but those around you. And in the grand scheme of things, human lifespan is pretty short. Like, while we're here, we gotta, you know, do everything that we can. And I think start off as you know, Doctor Number 15 said, we're all dead eventually. There's hardly any time that we're not dead, which is a good thing too. We've got to keep pace up, otherwise nothing would get done. Dying defines us. Snow isn't snow until it falls. And yeah, like I said, we all die. Every single one of us. It's sad, but it is the truth. And it's not meant to be scary. It's not meant to scare you. It's meant to just be a reminder. You know, do do what you can while you're here, so that you can be remembered for some good stuff. Like, I guess it goes back to the old saying: How do you want to be remembered? Like, how do you want others to talk about you after you're gone? I know for myself, I would love for them to talk about things that I've created and left behind for other people to enjoy. I'd love for them to talk about how I helped people and helped just just be a good person. Because I want to, after my death, I want to be an inspiration to others. Like, not only when I'm alive, but also when I'm not here. I want to continue to inspire people for as long as I can, for before or while I'm here and not. But you understand what I'm trying to say. I want to make my life worthwhile, and I know that you can make your life worthwhile too. So let's let's get off our asses, do the damn thing, and make the content, make the art, work out, make that meal, make that phone call, apply to that job. Just do the thing so that when it's your time to go, you can be remembered for at the very least trying. Because what we can do at the end of the day, just try. Try until we can't anymore. All right, my friends, we are at the last Doctor. Now, this one is one that I'm not familiar with. Apparently, this Doctor was in Jodie Whittaker's era. Spoilers for that season, but yeah, she met a future version of herself that we have not yet, and uh, this Doctor pretty much piggybacks off of what I just said, and I think it's just best to lean right into it. This is from The Fugitive Doctor. No time to be tired. Still work to do out there. Lives at stake. Armies being born. People need the Doctor. Um, yeah. Basically, I get it. You're tired. I'm tired. We're all tired. There's a lot of shit going on, and it is so much easier to just lay there, lay down, and just let shit happen. But we can't stop. Um, People in the world, they need you. They need me. They need us. They need your, uniqueness, your ideas, your smile, your everything. Just like the universe needs the doctor. Because just like the doctor, there are things that only you can do that the world needs, and things that I can do that the world needs. Um, so let's get back to doing them. It's good. It's New Year. Um, I don't like the New Year, New Me thing for real, because I don't know. It's just it's. I feel like it's old, but one thing I've heard recently is New Me, New Year, More Me, which I really like because previous year, I feel like I definitely could have done more for myself, given more to myself. Um, and I don't know how last year was for you, but I hope that this year you can give more to yourself, do more for yourself, so that you can in turn do more for the world and others around you, because you can't help anybody until you help yourself, right? And I know that you're gonna get tired. I'm gonna get tired, but you gotta keep going. As my dad says, never fail until you stop trying. So let's keep trying. Well, made it to the end, y'all. 16 different versions of the Doctor. Like, wow, long episode. But I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. Let's see, anything for the future? Got BlurCon coming up. Applied to AwesomeCon. I'm gonna apply to New York Comic Con once that's open. Apply to Otakon. Maybe some other cons that if I think of any. But yeah, wish me luck. Um, got some more cool interviews coming up. Cool panels. Um, yeah, I think that's it. End of the day, I hope you guys are doing well this year and things are going at least a little bit okay for you. Um, I know that things started off, yeah, but I just hope that this year is a great year for all of us. I know things may have started out a little crazy, but hopefully they end less crazy. But I love you. Hope you have a fantastic week. Yeah, next time I see you, or next time you see me, I'll be 36. So, yeah. Uh, as always, mm, meditate, medicate, hydrate, and be great. Bye.